Yo, what up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Matty Math for Varying Builds. So, I have hatch wiring issues, as we all do if we own a E34 Touring, or maybe even an E39 Touring. But the issues I had is, I had warning lights on the cluster, and occasionally when I'd hit my brake, the whole fuse number 1 would go out where the cluster would not work anymore and not respond. So, to alleviate that was done through the brake wiring, but I'm going to incorporate 2 wiring layouts of what the right side does and what the right side does and what the left side does with this video. So if you have like a micro switch issue and it's not releasing the servo, you know, it may be in your passenger side, not your driver's side, where your driver's side has a servo, but your passenger side has a micro switch. So we'll be able to tell apart what's what, but what I'm doing in this video essentially is making a new wiring harness because the old stuff is over 25 years old and, you know, it needs to be updated. So I went on Amazon and got these bunch of this new wiring, but it's silicone, so like it flexes. It's freaking awesome. So what I did was I went through the harness. This is my old work that I did, but if you could see, there's issues to where the wire's still kind of cracking here and there, and it just looks like dog shit, honestly. So to make it look beautiful and to make it look nice, I got new wiring that's silicone, and I got the proper gauges. I'll put a list on what I use at the end. If you notice, there's 2 oranges. Those are my grounds because I ran out of brown on this harness here. The driver's side harness has like friggin' 13 wires or 12 wires or something like that. There's a lot and a bunch of different gauges. So what I did is I figured out which wires I wanted to use. I tied them to each wire so that way I knew that I could check that wire off the list one by one. So like this one here from the factory is like red with a black stripe. I don't have striped wires. Here's just a red wire, you know what I mean? So this one here, this is a white wire with a green stripe. I just went with a green wire. I'm colorblind. I had my wife double check this. So, and then this one here is like a gray wire with a red stripe, but it's heavier, and I think I used a different color here. I'm not sure, but essentially that's what I did. So not everything will make sense color-wise, but like this is a blue with yellow. Focus. And I just put a blue. So I did that. So what I'm gonna do is pull the harness out of here. Let's do this one first. It's less wires. So you're gonna pull this grommet out and then pull this out of here. And then up here you have the 2 brake light wires. There's one, and then the other one's hiding up there too. So I've already repaired those wires. I've gotten all the check lights off of the dash, but now my micro switch isn't working. So, you know, going through the micro switch and everything, I've tested it. I know it works. It's up in here. So, I mean, I know it works, and I had an instance where I turned on the headlights and the fucking glass popped. So I know that something's grounding out, and so let's just alleviate everything in the pinch spots here and there. So I'm gonna pull the harness out a little bit, make some cuts, get some new wires laid in meticulously, and then from there I'll probably splice them in and segment them instead of having them go like, you know, having all the connectors in one spot. I'll put like one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So the wires will need to gradually be, you know, shorter and longer from here. So that way we can utilize this. It doesn't take up too much room, and everything will stay out of the way. So stay tuned. And yeah, let's go to chest POV mode or whatever. Let's do this. I got these connectors from Amazon. These are what I'm gonna use. These are like a solder and seal connector. You just put heat on them and strip the wires and put them together and crimp it and heat them up. So let's get to that. So let's start on this side here. All right, so first wire I have is ground. And for the on this side I use green, oranges for ground. for the ground wire. So pull these off. Now that we have that up there, see, there we go. I did a wire, and right here you can tell it failed because the other end is somewhere over here. It's there, trust me. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, definitely need to redo these. Let's start at this one here. Since this is the new wire, we can get this in and get it kind of laid out. So we want to start up here and then get our bend, and then from there we can go in there and adjust all the lengths and everything, as opposed to adjusting them all right here. We could just get as far as we can with all these up here. So let's strip this and clean this up. All right, we have our wire splicers, connectors. Since we already have this broken wire up here, start up here, we'll go a little bit higher into up here. Let's cut and strip and keep on going. You can actually, let me grab a zip tie. Use a zip tie to hold that up, the sheathing up. So you need those. Get a zip tie, hold it up to where you can kind of pull that sheathing back, pull on the wires. So we know we can go that far within there. So let's start with this. Wiring's always fun, right? Can you imagine doing a colorblind? It's a blast. Trust me. So we have those two there. Have them overlap, just like so. Crimp. And you just heat them up. And that's one wire done. Fuck that squirrel. If you follow my Instagram, you know that goddamn squirrel is my nemesis. Been shooting at him for like 3 weeks now. He's just a pain in my ass. Shut up, squirrel! If Pete is watching this, go fuck yourself. That squirrel's worthless to us. Offers nothing to anything in society. So this one's done, better. Yeah, it's holding together. Maybe let's crimp it down a little more here, just to be sure. In the middle, boom, done. We're good, all right. That one's done. So, we can now route that one and tie it to the one that it broke off the tube, which is right here. All right, where was I? I have 2 wires left. This one's gray and red. I went with gray, I think, or a pink. And then a blue and yellow. I went with the blue. So the gauge thickness is different, and I'm still tying the wires to what they are, so that way I still know until I get down there, and then I'll hook them up again. So let's keep going. Alright, so it's getting dark, but we got the wiring hatch at least done from here. You can't even really tell. It made no difference in there. It's not going to impede on that plastic piece going up there, but yeah. So like from up here, it's all laid in. It's in the plastic thing. Unfortunately, this one's a little dented up from previous owner trying to do wiring. And then I'm just giving myself enough room to lay these back there without getting pinched and have it come through, and I'll have it come down and meet into this area here. So the wiring's already laid from up here. It's down this hook here, in here. I already have it taped off, so I kind of have a good spot with the fabric tape, so I'm almost ready to go. I just have to finish connecting these wires and then tucking them in. And once all these wires are connected to these wires, the job is done. I just have to tuck everything away.
this side will be complete. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. You're welcome. Now I use some Angry Ass Solutions electrical tape, their fabric tape. It's friggin' amazing. So we'll get this on there. So that way it's a lot more abrasion resistant. And rip it with your teeth, that's how good that shit is. So let's cut it. You can pick this stuff up at angryassolutions.com. This tape's amazing. Comes in a pretty large roll. You can buy a bunch of rolls at one time, but yeah, it's pimp. So now we can get this on here and get our little pieces. You can't stop. Show me, dude. Good job, Gee. Good. Those goes on the top there. So I think it goes like that. Yep. So put that in there. Here we go. So I slid this like this. Oh yeah. Over the harness that I cut to length, so that way I had a lot of room. I cut the harness that I just pulled out of here. I gave myself a little bit of room. So that's all pulled out. That's what she said, you always pull out. And now I'm gonna go to start to hook these wires up to all these by using what I cut and what I tied to. So if you look right here, like here's a purple wire with or a blue wire with a white wire with a blue stripe. So I know that those go together. I'm colorblind. That's how it kind of goes for me sometimes. And I do my best. So look back at this one. Boom, boom, boom. Good. That one's good. There we go. Only have lots more to go. We got 2, 4, 5 more wires. No, more than that. Here we go. 2, 4, 6 more wires. All right. So I'm just tying. So that way I can do this. I should probably finish this off in the morning. But let's just get this done now. It's good. It must have opened. I don't know what there is. Cool. I have nailed and found all my colors. Sweet. I didn't screw that up. That would have been a bummer. So since we're on that one, that's a blue and yellow wire from the OEM harness, and it's going to a blue wire there. Let's start getting this stuff done. So let's get into some hatch wiring issues that I'm having. So right now, my passenger side, the right hand side, reverse light isn't working, the wiper isn't working, and the third brake light isn't working. So all those can be identified over here at the harness that I've already taken out. You can see it right here. So when I pulled it out, I obviously had broken brake lines, sorry. And this one looked like it was repaired before. And then there's a couple frayed and other ones. Now to the third brake light is that separate harness down here. And that explains that. So I will be soldering these up, cutting them apart, resoldering, putting on shrink wrapping or taping them up, and then using a really good fabric tape made by Angry Ass Solutions. You guys will see. We'll put it all back together, make it good as new.
Yeah.